Yo, what's going on, guys? Versal here, and today I'll be doing a dinosaur deck profile for the end of this format that we're in. This is going to be the last video I do until the ban list, probably. Hopefully that's in a week, but it's probably going to be in like 2 weeks, realistically. But the sooner the better, because I'm sure, like myself, a lot of people are just bored of this format. But yeah, it's going to be a blind second version of the deck. This is how I like playing the deck. If I can, it's going second right now is a little iffy if you can't play shifter at the moment, but going first with this deck into all the hand traps is also kind of annoying, so I just figured I'd throw out what I've been playing as far as going second goes. It's like okay, but at the end of the day, you're pretty much just playing like Make-A-Wish Tenpai, so it is what it is at that point, but dinos are cooler than Tenpai, so we got that going for us. Before I get into the video, if you haven't subbed to the channel, definitely do that now. Drop a like, comment, all that good stuff. It all helps me out. And if you're interested in this dinosaur playmat or the sleeves, check out finalsaga.de. And if you decide to buy anything, use my code Versal10 for 10% off your order. That also helps me directly. They got a bunch of other cool stuff over there, like other matte sleeves, deck boxes, binders, etc. And they have this cool anime Orca set as well, which comes with these gold-plated god cards. And then it has the Yugi, Kaiba, and Merrick like character decks. These deck boxes, they're all really cool. And then it has like the decks with like the Orca cards. Like these are just some of the popular cards in there, and they have the anime sleeves as well, so these are pretty cool. It's one of like the more unique products they have, so if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. The sets also come with a playmat. It's like a Shadow Realm 2-player playmat. It's purple, it's pretty cool. So yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely check them out. And lastly, I've been starting to stream a little bit on here, mostly just Master Duel, playing dinos. So if that's something you're interested in, just be on the lookout for that. I'm trying to stream like 2 or so hours or more if I feel like playing more, but if you play Master Duel, you know how that gets sometimes. But yeah, it's enough yapping. Let's get right into the profile. I'm playing 43 cards for this. Start off with 3 Ovies, 2 Archosaurs, 3 babies, and 1 petite. So since it's a going second list, I just play 1 petite instead of 2, since you have the extra card. You don't want to brick on too many babies, and you don't like cycle through them nearly as much. We got the 1 Misk. Hopefully this is at more than 1 when the ban list comes. I doubt it, but one can dream. We got the Kaito. This could also be Rex. It really doesn't matter very much at all. This one can just attack directly, and the Rex is bigger. Both can be good in different situations. Haven't really decided which one I like better, but I go back and forth just to try them out. But I feel like the Rex being bigger ends up mattering more than this being able to attack ends up actually like winning you a game. But just do it in there for now, just because that's the one I had sleeved, to be honest. We got 2 UCT, that's all you need. The 1 Pank. You could play a second Pank since it's blind second, but I feel like the card's not like that crazy. It's not bad, but it's not like great either. I feel like it's mostly good just when you have Lost World more than anything, but it's definitely something you can consider bumping up to 2. And then the last monsters I'm playing are the 1 Meteorus and the 1 Frostosaurus. So I don't necessarily like playing these in a blind second list, but the issue is if you don't play these, your like lines going second into boards are a lot less safe into cards like Nib, because if you're going for like the like Pentastag, Dugares, or SP, or anything like that, you're kind of opening yourself up to get nibbed. And these cards just let you do the typical like Lars Dolka and then Conductor, and you could just do it a lot safer. And then you can still have enough to end the game, especially if you're not under like Prosperity. You can typically get to that 8k still. But if you don't, you have the 4 negates and the UCT, so it's not like you necessarily need to end the game. But it's just the safest way to climb going second. So I still play them. I don't really love these cards, but I feel like it's like the safest thing to do still. And then when you go first, you obviously want to have a good plan, because people will make you go first, and sometimes you might choose to go first, and the 4 negates is still nice to have. So for the consistency spells, we got 3 Prosperity as usual. This card's a lot better when you play board breakers, so it's like engine and non-engine, so it's always nice to have. 3 Fossil Dig, 3 Lost World. This is like the most interesting card, I think, in Dinos nowadays. Sometimes it feels really good, sometimes it doesn't feel very good, but going second, I think it's just really good consistency more than anything, since if you can just stick this and then any Dino can kind of help you do some stuff. It's like the best thing you can have in terms of playing into hand traps a lot of the time too. So like the main thing with this deck is you can deal with the boards a lot of the time, but the hand traps will what end up getting you. So having this card helps you through that, along with some other things. But I think it's good just for consistency more than anything. And 2 Pill, and the last one is 1 Ground Xeno. So I'm just playing one of these basically just to help make playing the Meteorus and the Frostosaurus a little more worth it. And then when you go first, this is nice to have, but even going second, just having one as like an extra push and a thrust target is also fine. I don't really like this card as much going second, but it's still okay to have in the deck. I just like never want to have 2 of these, so I just play the thrust to go with it. And then, because like sometimes if you're like starting to do your combo and then you have a thrust, there's certain scenarios where using thrust to get a Fossil Dig doesn't really advance what you're trying to do. Say if you led with like a Misc or something, and then you don't want to like go through the other way, and then you can just get this. But it doesn't come up that much, but it's nice to have as a target. For the fun part, got our board breakers, playing 3 Raigeki, 3 Dark Hole, 2 Lightning Storm, and a Duster. And then we got 3 Droplet, 2 Thrust, and 1 Talents. So these ones at the top, these are all your blowouts. You want to see at least one of these, preferably more than one. And then the droplets can help ensure that these cards resolve. So they're all just really good in combinations with each other. None of these stop you from ending the game, like Dark Ruler would, for example, or evenly. So I think these are all nice. You just really want to clear stuff, especially if you're getting hand trapped after you clear a board and you can't like establish anything. Sometimes just being able to clear all their stuff might help you like survive another turn. So I feel like that's good to have. And then the thrust can just get you any of these or engine, and then the 1 Talents. This is nice to be able to look at their hands sometimes and rip a hand trap out. So you just play one, because like this you need to get it live first, so you really don't want to be playing too many of these cards, but I think they're still good. Especially just having it as either just the one of you draw or a thrust target. I feel like it's worth playing for sure. But yeah, these are the breakers I decided to go with. No hand traps. If I had more space, I would maybe consider like Imperm as the only hand trap in the main deck, but there was really like no space at all to, like, I'm already playing 43 cards, so that's it for the main deck. Extra, we got Dolka, Lagia, Larry, and Dweller. Help. Sometimes you want to make this go in second to shut off graveyard stuff when you're pushing for a game, or to stop their turn 3. Dugaras, can help with like towers and stuff as well as ending the game. Baguska, just come up sometimes. Typhon, it's just like a going second card in the extra deck. I feel like it's less good in this deck because like UCT's attack is so large, so, but it's like fine to have if you own one. Anima and SP. Usual. We got Pentastag. This card's like fine. It doesn't come up that much, but sometimes if you're feeling risky and don't care about nib, you can use this to go through game through prosperity with Dugars. Reproducus is just a link to that works under the Xenolock. That's all it's there for. We got a couple Nightmares and access code for when you just need some help clearing boards. And the last card is a Chengyang. Sometimes this is good to make instead of Lars if you want to go for an OTK. So it's like fine to play. That's 15. Another card you could play is like a Dark, but I feel like we don't even play that many Darks. It's really just like OB. Or if you side Phantasmate, that could be one, but this is another option you could play. Sometimes it can be nice to like take a link to that they have and then make an access code, but it's pretty niche in this deck. That's it for the extra deck. So for the side deck, as usual, I'm going to do more than 15 just to kind of give you some options you can do. Since we're playing so many board breakers that are like hard going second cards in the main deck, we don't really need a side anything like that. So you want it to be more versatile. One card that kind of can determine how you build the rest is Phantasme. I feel like this card's pretty good, especially into like the Snake Eyes, other link decks. This can just help you just see more cards and in dinos. That's going to help you just have the most like playable hands. You can play through the most things and crack the boards the easiest. You could play hand traps alongside this in the side as well, depending on which route you want to take, but I think this card's good with board breakers or hand traps. So to go with this, you have a couple different things you could do. I think to start off, I would be playing Ash regardless, just as like a hand trap to have, especially something that you could side in if you are unsure if you're going to go first or not. And then depending if you want to play more hand traps or not, you could opt to play Nib and Imperm. And then these ones are like hand traps, but they're kind of like more targeted towards certain decks, which is the Bystials. This is more like a local dependent thing, I think. If you're playing against like Branded and other decks like that, you definitely want to include these and kind of adjust from there. But otherwise, you might not have space for these, but these are like the optional like hand traps you could play. I like to play Cosmics just because this is another card that's good going first and second, and just Floodgates can be really annoying, so this is really nice. And then like it's good against Tenpai too, which is one of the more annoying matchups since you're going to be fighting with each other to go second. One breaker I like is Book of Eclipse. I think the other ones in the main deck are better than this, but this is like one you can consider siding just because it's good going first and second. So you could use it against decks that it's good against, or you can just side it in when you're unsure if you're going first or not. And then the last couple cards are Call By. That's good if you're going first and some decks going second. And then we have two more thrust targets. You can opt to side these for if you choose to go first or if you think you're going to go first, just to give you some targets for your thrusts going first. It's a little weird since you're only playing two thrusts, so you might not want to play these, but these are just like some options that you could use. But some combination of these, whether you want to lean more into the hand traps or going first stuff, it's just kind of locals dependent, but these are like the main ones I kind of like as a baseline, and then you go from there. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Like I said, if you're interested in watching dinos on Master Duel, I'll be streaming that here and there, and I'm just kind of waiting for the ban list at this point for more TCG content. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks for watching. Peace.